Beginning. My quarters were directly beneath the royal nursery. Of course. The ship thrummed with every wail, vibrating through the walls like a malfunctioning reactor. Each cry resonated at a frequency that hit something deep in the chest, rattling bones in a way human infants never could. I pressed my palms to my ears, but it barely helped. Is it always like this? I asked when a Zyrati attendant passed my door. She didn't slow down. 3 hours now. 3 hours. I stepped back inside my room, trying to unpack. Impossible. The crying was constant. It wasn't angry, I realized. It was scared. And there was something else in the sound, something that made my throat tighten in sympathy despite the pain. Zyrati voices, especially young ones, carried emotional resonance. Their cries could convey fear, hunger, loneliness. This baby's cry held all three. The walls vibrated again. I cursed under my breath. I couldn't sleep. Couldn't think. Couldn't breathe with the sound drilling through my skull. Finally, I threw down my jacket and marched out. If I was going to survive the mission, someone needed to figure out how to quiet that baby. Middle. Part 1. The Mother. 2 guards stood in front of the nursery, a pair of tall Zyrati warriors in shimmering armor that looked grown rather than forged. Their crystalline skin refracted ship lights into shards of color. I saluted. Private Jason Hale, requesting permission to assist. One warrior scoffed. Assist? With an infant? The other tilted her head. Human, your body cannot withstand prolonged exposure to its cry. Leave. Another wail ripped through the hallway. I flinched so hard I nearly slipped. But I didn't step back. I'm already stationed under the nursery, I said. I'm going to lose my mind either way. That made them pause. Then the doors unsealed. Inside was chaos. Half a dozen attendants, all exhausted, moved around a hovering incubation cradle that pulsed with soft purple lights. They tried everything, feeding crystals, temperature adjustments, resonance blankets, but the infant inside wailed on. And beside the cradle stood Commander Valis, one of the most feared warriors in the Orion Quadrant. Tall, regal, armored in deep obsidian plates that reflected no light. Her crest, a crown of semi-transparent crystal, glowed with agitation. She looked like a goddess sculpted from thunder, but her expression was unmistakable. She was exhausted. She was desperate. She was a mother who couldn't calm her child. Her eyes, brilliant gold, snapped to me the moment I entered. What is a human soldier doing in my child's chamber? Her voice crackled like charged stone. I swallowed hard. I want to help. One attendant laughed weakly. We have tried every remedy known to our species. If you possess miracles, human, now is the time. The baby wailed again. The sound vibrated my ribs painfully. Valis grimaced. He cries for something I cannot give. What do you mean? I asked. She hesitated. The great commander actually hesitated. He was born early, she said quietly. His resonance bond is unstable. He cannot feel my presence clearly. Resonance bond, an emotional link formed between Zyrati parents and their infants. If it faltered, the child felt as if they'd been abandoned. He thinks I'm not here, Valis whispered. That hit me. Hard. What does he need? I asked. We do not know. His resonance shifts wildly. If we miscalculate. But her sentence was cut off. Because the baby suddenly stopped crying. The room froze. Silence. A soft sound drifted instead, almost a coo. Everyone slowly turned, toward me. The infant, whose eyes had never focused on anyone until now, was staring straight at me. Commander Valis's jaw tensed. Explain this. I don't know, I stammered. Maybe he saw movement. He has not responded to anyone, Even me, she said. The baby's small crystalline fingers reached toward me. A soft, pleading sound escaped its throat. The attendants exchanged looks of shock. I think, I said slowly, he wants me to pick him up. Middle, Part 2, The Choice. The room erupted. Impossible. Humans carry no resonance. He cannot bond with another species. Commander, forbid it. But Varlas's expression changed. No anger. No pride. Just a mother begging for an answer. If the child chooses the human, she said, we cannot deny him. Everyone fell silent. She stepped aside. Approach, she ordered. My heartbeat hammered as I walked toward the cradle. The baby's eyes glowed softly, an iridescent lavender, swirling like tiny galaxies. My hands trembled. What if I hurt him? What if this meant something in their culture and I didn't understand? Human, Varlas murmured, be gentle. His body is fragile while young. I reached into the cradle. The baby grabbed my finger instantly. His skin was warm, not crystalline like adult Sirati. More like soft mineral clay. He pulled my hand closer, pressing his tiny forehead against my palm. A strange sensation pulsed up my arm like warm static. The baby sighed. And stopped crying entirely. The room erupted again, but this time in shock, not panic. Varlas stepped closer. You calmed him. I swallowed. I think so. Why? Her voice was almost a whisper. How? I didn't know. But I lifted the baby carefully, cradling him against my chest like I would a human newborn. He curled into me instantly. The warmth spread deeper across my chest, my shoulders, my mind. Like a heartbeat echoing through mine. A resonance. The attendants gasped. His bonding with the human. Commander, this is unheard of. But Varlas said nothing. She stared as if witnessing a miracle. Her son nestled closer to me, tiny hand gripping the edge of my uniform. I rocked gently. He let out a soft, content chirp. Then silence. Peaceful silence. After hours of screaming. I exhaled shakily. There you go, little guy. Varlas approached, her voice trembling. Human. Jason, may I? She touched the baby's cheek cautiously. He chirped once, but didn't reach for her. That hurt her. I could see it. But she masked it behind strength. This changes everything, she murmured. Middle, Part 3, Consequences. The next hours were chaos. I wasn't allowed to leave the nursery. The baby refused to be put down. No attendant could take him without him screaming again. So I paced, rocked him, talked to him, hummed old earth lullabies I didn't even remember knowing. He fell asleep against my shoulder. When Varlas returned, she dismissed her staff. Just her, me, and her son. You have created a resonance with him, she said. A human should not be able to. Is that dangerous? For you? No. For him? Also no. She exhaled shakily. For me? Perhaps. I looked at her. The terrifying commander who had won battles across 6 systems suddenly seemed fragile. Varlas, I said softly, I didn't mean to take your place. You did not, she said quickly. But he feels safety in you. That is rare for our kind. And it is unheard of with humans. She moved closer. May I hold him? She asked. I nodded and carefully transferred him to her arms. The baby chirped once, looked at her, then looked back at me. A tremor went through her. He refuses to bond fully, she whispered. But he allows me to hold him. That is, more than before. I didn't know what to say. You are part of his resonance now, she continued. And I must ask something impossible of you. She met my eyes. Stay near him. Not always. Not forever. But, enough that he does not feel abandoned again. Of course, I said without hesitation. Whatever he needs.